agencies are total psychopaths. So it seems to be the case that the heads of the intelligence agencies are total psychopaths. So you probably have heard of psychopathic serial killers liking to kill women, right? So they are, as it seems, the same psychological profile as serial killers. Therefore, they will pick on women. There's also other system effects that will mean that there are a lot more female victims who are, lustfully, sadistically tortured to death. And that affects something like if you've got a militaristic organization, if it's a pyramid hierarchy, it will attract the most ruthless people at the top, right? Because everybody's really militaristic. And only the ruthless people really make it to the top past everybody else. Now, once you have this ruthless top, you have a pre-selection towards psychopathy. So the heads will be psychopaths. And once you've got a system of psychopaths, the psychopaths who succeed over other psychopaths are the most networked ones. And the closest way you can network with somebody is if you sleep with them. So at the top, there will be psychopaths who sleep with each other, as in militant gay guys. It has nothing to do with gayness. It has to do with the competitiveness of the edge that you get the sort of, it's a pre-selection. It's like a selection bias, we would say, in systems analysis of physics. So you have this selection bias towards psychopathy, towards homosexuality, which in itself isn't a problem. But when it's combined with psychopathy and the need to build up a weapon system and then use people to shred them for the calibration of this weapon system, these people are even more likely to pick women because, frankly, they don't give a shit about women. So, you end up with exactly the sort of thing. And this is what I think Dr. John Hall reported, that 70 to 80% of the victims are women. That's why, okay? That's why. Yes, there are many, many men, and I do not ignore the men. And a lot of the men are also murdered, okay? I think Walter Madliger, who informed the Swiss parliament 10 years ago, it seems that he was murdered. There's also other murder victims. For example, the Swiss citizen Britta Lea Jacquard, who was living in Bavaria. She was tortured to death and murdered and then incinerated, as in cremated, by German intelligence, it seems. And they cremated her really, really fast because I think they wanted to cover up the fact that her body was loaded with chips and nanotechnology and had horrific injuries that were telltale signs of attacks with microwave weapons. Okay, so this entire problem with microwave weapons in Switzerland and the civilian population being shot to pieces is at least 10 years old, because already in 2007, there's evidence of Walter Madliger, who was since then, as it seems, murdered, putting it in writing that he informed the Swiss parliament. So 10 years on, this shit ain't excusable. What it means is that the head of the Kantonspolizei Zurich is a corrupt criminal, because he or she, I think it's actually a she of the Kriminalpolizei bit, she is aiding and abetting. Her department is aiding and abetting crimes against humanity. That's what it means. So this piece of paper is very, very important for the upcoming court cases, because this sort of shit shows that what the police is doing is that they actively attack, they slander, they libel, because this is libel if it's in print, right? They libel me by suggesting I've got a psychological change. Well, this is fucking bullshit, frankly, given that there's already videos online where I'm showing how actual electromagnetic shots from an electromagnetic machine gun are putting a dent into metal shielding that I need to keep on myself just to be able to sit in my own dining room in Zurich, okay? So